2000!
Nostradamus would have looked quite the duffer, as January 1 in the new millennium didn't see untold suffering and agony. That was reserved for the government's newly implemented GST and Channel 7's Pop Stars program. The issues of mandatory sentencing got off the ground, while Air France's Concorde didn't.
Welcomed in the new year with my family. Complained to my father about missing the party of the millennium. He points out that it isn't actually the end of the millennium, as the change won't technically happen until 2001. 2001!
The Children Overboard incident illustrates a trend for the decade where a nation's leader could lie like a banshee and yet still later get re-elected. While we feared terrorism, Big Brother and Michael Crawford's The Disney Album, Christopher Skase's death did bring some timely joy.
I spend most of the year getting smacked in the back of the head during class by a small fat kid whose name now slips my mind. All my dreams are dreams of murder.
Currencies are sewn up, as are the mouths of many detainees at Warne's detention centre. Stephen Bradbury stayed standing up, Archbishop George Pell decided to stand down, and stem cells became as harvestable as wheat.
Make friends with a girl on the Epping line who makes conversation with me all the way home from school. Start catching the Epping line a lot. Her ex-boyfriend finds me and threatens to slit both our throats with his Stanley knife if we ever talk again. It's the last time I hear of her. 2003!
Mark Latham becomes Australia's most embarrassing potential Prime Minister, a title he holds until December 1, 2009. And with Maurice Gibb passing away, his hit Staying Alive now becomes bitterly ironic.
I become gay for a week. I'm rejected by the boy who hangs out in the Year 11 toilets all day long, offering oral sex for lunch money. Decide to go back to women again, or at least more feminine-looking men. 2004!
Redfern's tourism industry was dealt a blow by rioting. Mary Donaldson fulfills every girl's fantasy by travelling to Denmark and becoming a Lutheran. Millionaire businessman Malcolm Turnbull begins his quest to become the next former leader of the opposition. And Casey Donovan breaks cultural stereotypes by proving failed music careers shouldn't be limited to the petite or attractive.
I spent the entire VC English exam sobbing loudly into my exam paper and was escorted off the campus by security for my own protection. 2005!
Two great Australian entrepreneurs and cultural icons, Kerry Packer and Big Kev, pass away. Accused drug smuggler Michelle Leslie finds religion after authorities find drugs. And the beach town of Cronulla also finds religion and then starts a fight with it.
I take my little brother to the grand final parade in the city. I lose his hand in the crowd. He's never seen again. 2006!
Shane Warne announces his retirement from international cricket. The recently implemented work choices legislation means he doesn't receive long service pay. Two men endure a mining collapse in Beaconsfield. The tragedy sees the death of a workmate, a journalist, and Naomi Robson's career.
Trouble at home sees me move into college until things are sorted out. My father emigrates to America and my mother writes an email explaining how it is all my fault. She makes a compelling argument.
On Dr. Muhammad Hanif, claiming him to be a terrorist, while Tony Abbott also applies guilt by association but on asbestosis sufferer Bernie Banton. Steve Bracks leaves Parliament, David Hicks leaves jail, and Bert's Family Feud, thankfully, leaves television.
My picture is mistakenly obtained by an amateur sex offenders register operating out of Coronella. Alternate accommodation has to be provided for me by police, as well as a false name and some minor plastic surgery. 2008!
The stockbroking firm Opus Prime collapses while Tony Mockbell's rectum does not, as Greek police claim it's stuffed with 20 kilograms of cocaine. Artist Bill Hansen is accused of suspicious activities around young children. In related news, World Youth Day was held in Sydney.
I'm discovered by a costumed vigilante known as The Raven, who specialises in bringing former sex offenders to justice. My face is so badly damaged in the attack that all the plastic surgery is undone. I return home. 2009!
The government is unusually generous and they hand out $42 billion in stimulus package. They return to form, however, by denying entry to 78 Sri Lankan refugees. Simultaneous floods and bushfires prove Mother Nature is a sadistic wench. Rebecca Gibney wins a Logie. Tracy Grimshaw is called a pig. It's hilarious. Her flu isn't.
I get a job on the Inquiry. My mother dies of liver failure, cursing my name with her last breath, and I turn gay again just to spite her. Happy New Year.